Hey Pisces, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing an intuitive oracle and tarot reading on two subjects for you, love and money, because I recently took a poll and asked what you guys would like to hear about most, and everybody said love and money, but also life path, kind of like what's my life purpose, where am I at in my path, and that reading is going to come very soon, within about a week and a half. Okay, you guys, I have to make it through all the 12 zodiac signs with love and money first, but keep your eyes peeled for that. So this is going to be our love oracle message. I don't actually do specific spreads. This is a conversation with tarot, and it's intuitive. So we get to ask tarot questions and then tarot answers. You know, it's like a sit down hang with your friends. I like to pray for you guys. So if you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like to pray for others, that would be radical. I think it lifts us all up. Say hi in the comments section, even leaving like an emoji, something that we can focus on that represents your energy. And I want to seal this with my good intentions that only love and only light enters this space. And please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. All right, you guys, for our love column, we're going to start with that. If you want to skip love, you're like, screw love, I hate it. Which would be sad. I don't think Pisces hate love. Maybe there's a few of you guys out there, but I know you've come around. But there is a timestamp below if you just want to skip the love part, okay? And just go to the money. So this is the Divine Feather Messenger deck, and you have the message of the chickadee. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. Woof. You know, it's interesting because like we can't even release them until we can see them, right? And so I'm curious, like, here's a question for you. What allows you the space to see patterns, to see things that are so close that you've never noticed them before? I've noticed travel actually does that for me. So if it's like a long train ride or a flight, there's this weird phenomenon with flying where it's like kind of makes it a little easier to access those deeper feelings or those deeper thoughts. Tarot does that too. So it might be a good time to pause the video even and grab a journal or take notes on your phone somehow. But yeah, see what pops up for you in this love reading. So now we're going to go into tarot. I'm going to give it a shuffle. For my Pisces love. You know, y'all, I just finished the Aquarius reading and it was so deep. I can't imagine how deep it's going to go with Pisces. And for any of you guys that have Aquarius, do any of you guys have Aquarius in your chart? I mean, that is, they say with Pisces, they have 1 foot in the heavens and 1 foot on earth. I would say if you have Aquarius in your chart, you got both feet in the heavens, boo. All right, so first card is out and we have Ace of Wands. That's passion. We have gaining insight, the Tower upside down. We've got to unpack that one for me to say anything else on it. 5 of Swords can be some conflict. And we got these two, speaking of conflict, that hit each other and flipped one upside down. That was interesting to watch. Something's coming out of the dark. Something's coming from it's moving from your subconscious into the front of your mind or your conscious. With the Moon card, which represents your energy. So I never think of the Moon card as a bad thing. It's always a good thing. But it also talks about what's hidden. That could be our fears, that's our subconscious, our dream world, but you got it upside down. That means something's revealing itself. Now, when this came out, it flew out in quick succession with this one. If you rewind the video, you would see that. And it hit this one upside down. And what flew and flipped upside down was this progress card, the 3 of Wands. So this is one of the reasons why we don't just blindly put them in the cards in a set spread. Because I want to watch the behavior and I want you to watch the behavior of the cards coming out. Because this is a conversation, it's alive. This is delays and setbacks. Something's coming out of the woodwork to move things along. But I think it has something to do with this awareness that you're gaining in love. That the chickadee made clear to us. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. So we have these 2 cards right in the middle here. Before I say anything else, I want something on the Tower, please. Upside down from the Tower, being released from falsehoods. Another back upside down card. So Pisces, some of you guys have been you have such active imaginations, but you also, it's because of those imaginations and that dream life, and I'm a Pisces myself, so I understand, we create from that place. We can create incredible music and speeches and stories and conversations and connections and you name it. But also from that space, we can create delusion, illusion. And so this is a really interesting time. You're being gifted this, all the aces are a gift. Now this is a passionate gift that is falling in your lap. And I want to get more on that card. I can tell this could be a reading that could go forever. But we are going to make it short and sweet, boo. I want your attention. I don't want you to phase out, get tired, fall asleep. Okay. So this is gaining insight, basically, untethering yourself from a falsehood, something that you might have been gullible in within love. And I think it's allowing you to move forward, because right now I think that there's been kind of a delay somehow in your love life setback because of this. And this card flew out. Conflict, Five of Swords, being right, but at what cost? The Chariot card, moving forward very quickly. So it seems that when you do pay attention to this, maybe a pattern, it might feel like two things chafing against each other, two things, it feels like a conflict, right? It feels like friction. That's the word I'm looking for. But pay attention to that friction. That friction is telling you something, because that I think is your realization of maybe the pattern. And the friction is breaking it, right? Think about this. Think about when you're driving down the freeway. You see my cat's tail right there. Think about when you're driving down the freeway, and this freeway has not been maintained for a while. And there's those deep ruts. And no matter what you do, your tires just want to go back into the ruts, right? These are our neural pathways. So this is your chance to practice neuroplasticity, my beautiful friends. Breaking out of that pattern isn't going to be, it's not going to be comfortable, driving in the ruts. It's almost like the freeway wants you to do it. And we can easily fall into that falsehood. Feels right. It feels right. And if you're watching tarot, you're somebody very much who respects how things feel. But there are times in life where we have to question the origin of that sensation. Why am I feeling this? How is this feeling? Where's it coming from? Is it a feeling that because it's familiar, it's just something I know, but it's not necessarily something good for me and I know where it leads? Or is this feeling good because it feels like possibility? It feels like freshness. It feels like I'm embracing what could be. I'm manifesting something special. Okay, so which one is it? So lastly, before we go into your career and your money reading, I want to answer a little bit more on this Ace of Wands, because like I said, aces are these gifts that fall into our lap. And it's the first card that flew out from the tarot in your love reading. So we're kind of moving backwards, aren't we? We're reverse engineering this reading. King of Cups, that's you. So you rule those cups. Along with your water brothers and sisters, the Cancers and Scorpios, the King of Cups, though, represents you in this reading. And it's somebody who's very emotionally evolved, very nurturing, spiritually evolved, tolerant, and kind. What about this? Is this somebody coming towards? What I think this is for a lot of you guys, you are going to be getting, if not have already gotten, a recent big passionate blow up energy. And there's been perspective. It woke you up. So whether it was a crush, somebody that waltzed in and you were, wow, gaga, who is that? And it was like you were already in a relationship or something, or they didn't fit quite what you're looking for, but it just woke you up, made you feel alive. Or maybe this is even a side passion, something that broke open your part of a chamber in your heart, metaphorically speaking, and something was revealed to you. Moon card upside down, and it woke you up, the smelling salts. That was kind of a theme in Aquarius's reading. Anyway, that's kind of what kicks this off. And that's oftentimes what it is. It could be a song, it could be a lyric, it can be somebody walks in the room and they get your heart going. You're like, whoa, I didn't expect this. It's already done what it was meant to do, which was bring something to your attention. All right, so now we're going to open a new deck. We're asking about your money sector. Are you good? Are you comfortable? Here is your message from the Divine Feather Messenger deck. We have the Bluebird. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Yes, reading done. All right, let's see what Tarot has to say. We're going to open a new deck. You are being gifted with blessings of peace and happiness with your money. What have you been working on, Pisces? I was thinking, when I made that comment about do any of you guys have Aquarius in your chart? Because then you have both feet in the heavens. I'm curious what your charts are, what influences you have. One of you guys, speak if it was you. So one of you guys has you're like a double or triple Pisces with Scorpio and Cancer. And I was like, whoa, I've never seen anything like that. What's your life like? Very feeling, very intuitive, I would imagine. All right, so feel free to share what your chart is. It's fascinating. So money for my Pisces. First out, we have maybe learning something, hearing something, new ideas. We have the Page of Swords, but that's pretty vague still. So let's just keep getting cards. I hate it when I say something, I read the cards, and then another card comes out to make me look like an ass. Right? So, wow, cool. If you've had a lot of difficulty in 2024, that's when I'm recording this. If you've had a lot of difficulty up until this moment when you're seeing this, again, you got that Moon card, something's being revealed to you. It came out upside down again. I will say that things are getting better. We've got the Three of Swords coming out. And the Three of Swords represents disappointment in money, difficulty in money. And it feels like you were, rather than just cutting your losses and walking away, there was that natural reflex to hold on as much as you could. And what you were doing in that moment was actually not letting something go that needed to go, and something die off. The Death card upside down. When we hold on to the Death card, we're holding on to something that's decomposing. Right? So the Death card is also a rebirth card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's actually not negative at all, because it means something needs to birth. It needs to come through. That means in your money sector, maybe a new opportunity or a new way of making money, or basically clearing something out that was a waste. And guess what? Six of Wands, victory, total victory. So I would say that around the time that you're getting this reading, you're going to be ready to let that go. And to confirm that, we have following it, Nine of Cups. This guy's very happy. And it's not just any pleasant kind of happiness. This is real elation. But there's a sense of being able to give oneself a pat on the back. Because there's something that's coming back to you as a reward. I think you learned something. There was an event, something that happened for a lot of you guys, maybe having to do with your house or moving something, or with your stability. This event you couldn't have changed. The Tower card is actually a gift. It's just usually wrapped up in weird wrapping paper, bad wrapping paper for some, but it's actually a really big gift because it's rerouting you in a direction that you need to go in. And this is a very karmic rerouting with a Wheel card. Good things are coming towards you. I think that these are two sides of the same coin, saying where you were recently at in money up until now was you were calling in events as a result of not letting go of something. When you refuse to move on from, let's say, a bad job, or we refuse to move out from that nasty roommate or something. It's like things get worse and worse until something that seemingly looks out of your control happens, and it really shakes it up. So it's like a teapot whistling. So this has been a gift. It allows you to move on and really make new plans. And for a lot of you guys, it'll feel like you've never asked the question before, because it'll feel so bright and brilliant. The question of what makes me feel alive, and realizing that holy S-H-I-T, I can actually make it happen. I wish I could say that swear word. It's so much cooler than spelling it. The dumb algorithm turns me into a kindergarten teacher. What's this moon card upside down? Ooh, 7 of Pentacles. I think something's paying off. Something's paying off, but I don't think you expect it to pay off. I don't think you expected it to pay off. It puts you in control in a way that you didn't expect. This was definitely the answer to that, like, what makes you feel alive? Yes, you at some point have invested in this, and it could have been a while ago. You invested time, effort, money, daydreaming, whatever. And I think you need to let go of something, either something else, or let me say it this way. You have an interesting contrast in your money reading, where it's like you needed to let go of something, let it die off, and that's when you get victory over it. By holding on to it in the same way that was disappointing you, it was going to decompose. These opportunities were decomposing it was decomposing your spirit. It was creating 3 of Swords. There's this point at which, and a lot of times, for a lot of you, it took an event. When you move on, Wands energy is action, it's movement forward, it's the doing of life. And you look at what else is available to you. Something pays off. It puts you in the control seat in your finances. Yeah, it's believing in yourself, but doing it in a slightly different way. So it's not like you stopped believing in yourself. It's actually because you believed in yourself that you let something go. You stopped doing it the same way. That was decomposing your spirit. And that's when everything starts moving forward. You're being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Boom. I love that. We're going to leave you with a mudra card. This is an oracle deck. Each one is a hand gesture, means something, and there's an affirmation that goes with it. So for any of you guys who cannot move your hands, I know there might be 1 or 2 of you out there where it's difficult. Wanted to fly right out. I'm not going to take it, but it was relief. Relief. There's an affirmation that goes with it. Confidence and faith. And this is how you do it. Okay, so this is a physical prayer you can bring into your meditation, or even while you're hanging out talking to people, or even when you feel insecure about something. Lace your fingers like this. You don't do them all the way. You kind of make a lattice, and you kind of touch your pointer fingers together. This means confidence and faith. You can do that right on your lap. And I'm going to go on to read. This is the affirmation. I know that it will turn out for the good. Place your hands high up on your breastbone. The old sages have it that this is the hidden home of the soul. Choose an object, a stone for instance, and place it within easy reach in front of you. Whenever you touch it, speak these words. I know that it will turn out for the good. I adore you guys. Sending you love and light. Say hi and I'll pray for you, and so will others. Mwah. Bye-bye.